Hey everybody, it's Dominic Daughtry, the Continuous Improvement Program Manager over at Sundt, where we're coming at you with skill, grit, and purpose. So today's CI Quickshare drone deliverables tutorial is going to be specifically focused on 360 drone photo stitching and branding. So, learning objectives for this tutorial, you're going to walk away today being able to process raw 360 drone images from the drone into stitched panorama format photos. You're going to be able to insert and approve Sundt branding and the sky into the panorama, and that's important because if you've ever done this before, you know that the drone, because of the gimbal pitch, won't be able to capture all of the sky, so you won't have a true 360 unless you include the sky. I'm going to show you how to do that. You're going to be able to finalize formatting and image dimensioning for 360 image hosting upload to our hosting website. And that is important because nobody wants a 360 drone image that's wonky or warped. And finally, you're going to be able to upload and create a 360 drone virtual reality tour online using the power of Kula. And if you have never used Kula before, you're in for a treat. So, in order to do all these things, there is some software requirements and recommendations. If you want to be able to do everything in this tutorial, you're going to need these things. So first, we've got Microsoft Image Composite Editor, or ICE. It's a free software available in Sundt's application catalog. So just go in there, search for it. If you don't have access to it, request it from IT. And that's going to give you the ability to take the individual photos from the drone, and you're going to be able to stitch them into a 360 panorama. Then we're going to use nadirpatch.com at the following URL, and you're going to be able to add Sundt, owner, project, joint venture, whatever logo you want into the sky. You're also going to need Adobe Photoshop Pro, and that's available upon request to IT on a needs basis. And if you are producing these deliverables for your project and they are adding value and you are doing that on a regular basis, you have a need for it. So just request it, and you feel free to CC myself on the IT request. That's going to give you the ability to input the sky and the 360 photo branding into the correct format for upload to Kula, which is our next one. Kula, at the URL provided, is our hosting website that you're going to be hyperlinking to and sharing all your 360 photos on the drone deliverables. You can set up a free account. That's fine. It's got limited functionality. A yearly pro subscription is under $100. So I'll tell you right now, just spring for it and get the yearly pro subscription. Did I mention it's under $100? All right, let's jump right into it, people. First, we're going to get right into Microsoft Image Composite Editor. All right, everybody, we're going to jump right into Image Composite Editor. Like I said, free Microsoft program, and this is going to stitch your 360 photos. So we're going to take our new panorama from Images, click on that real quick, and we're going to go to our Hilton flight right here, number 12 pano. We're going to select all, and these are the original drone photos. Click that. It's going to import them all. We're going to do auto detect. You've got a bunch of different options, but for this tutorial, we're just going to do auto detect. Next, it's going to align the image, so we're just going to let it do its thing for a second. And this program is extremely intuitive and extremely simple. Sometimes you may get a stitch photo at the stitch phase that's kind of wonky like that. Simple. Pull it, drag it down so it's even. Done. Right here, this one's turned out perfect. We want to select spherical because we're doing 360 spherical panoramas. Click next. Done. We're going to do a simple autocomplete. It's going to complete the panorama. See how easy this is, right? Done. It's cropped it. Everything's perfect the way I need it. I'm going to go to Next, Export. I want to change this to 100%. That's the superb quality. I'm going to export to disk. Put these for this project, my completed panos. So I've got 9 of them. This is the final 9 of 9. Everything about this software is extremely simple, straightforward, and anybody can do it just like you saw. You saw how simple that was. And one thing I want to cover before moving on to the next part of this tutorial is some people will say, well, why do I need this? My software, my app that I'm doing the panorama with, whether it's Lychee or the DJI Go app. I'll tell you right now, not a week goes by without somebody calling me saying, hey, my 360 spherical panorama, it came in all messed up in the app and it can't reprocess it, or whatever the situation is. This is where you use that. And personally, none of those come out high definition like these do. I always do them myself because I get the best and the highest definition using this workflow. So let's move on to the next. So if you go to the hyperlink that I've provided in the description below of this video, it's going to take you to this website, which is nadirpatch.com. And as you can see, there's multiple functions, multiple free functions that you can do on this website. But the reason why we're here is the sphere patch. And the reason why the sphere patch is important is because if you don't already know, when you do a spherical pano with a drone, the gimbal can only go a certain pitch up. It doesn't have the ability to capture the sky perspective. So you have to fill that in with a background, and you also have the ability to add branding, a logo, any image file that you'd like. So I'm going to jump over to real quick and just explain something in addition to that in Adobe Photoshop. So when you put the sky together, in order for the spherical pano to not be wonky or warped, you have to have it formatted and sized to a certain dimension. So you have a max on your vertical sides, and that max is half of the horizontal dimension. So I've provided a link in the description of this video for you to download this exact background. And this is what we're going to feed into the Nadir patch. We're going to add the logo, and then that's going to give us the ability to overlay the 360 stitched image onto this that we did in Image Composite Editor. So jumping right back over to Nadir patch, we're going to go to Sphere patch. And you can see in here, this is where we're going to put the blue background. So we're going to put the logo. And here you can size the percentage for the logo in the sky. And we're going to put that to 35%. We'll leave the angle at 0. And you have the ability to patch either the bottom or the top. Because we're doing the drone 360 sphericals, we just need the top. So we're going to, in this box, we're going to input our background, the blue sky background that we previously were looking at in Adobe Photoshop. Go to 360 Assets, click right here, and now it's going to start uploading this, and we're going to let it do its thing. Okay, now that it's uploaded and processed the background, now we want to add the logo right here. We've got the Sundt PNG logo. It's saved as a PNG file. We're going to upload that, and you can automatically see it right here. So you have the ability to increase the size, and when you do that, you can see the size percentage increase over here. So we're going to take it back down, just put it at 50. That is perfect. And now we have it, we double check that we have it for the top patch, and we're going to press create. And now we're going to let it process and do its thing. So now that you can see that it's done processing everything in nadirpatch.com, you would click download and you would open it up in Photoshop, and you can see right here that once it's formatted, that once it's closed up as a spherical pano, that will look exactly like the Sundt logo in the background. And that is all you need as of right now for from Nadir Patch to continue on this workflow. Now let's move on to Adobe Photoshop. So we've come pretty far in a really short period of time. We've done Microsoft Image Composite Editor, we've stitched everything, Nadir Patch, we've done the background, we've added the logo, and now we're basically ready to merge this all together and then get it ready for upload into Kula. So you can see right here, this is an extremely simple part of this entire workflow. So we've got the background that we need. I'm going to whip this to the side and we're going to pull this up right here. We are going to basically just drag and drop that completed pano from Microsoft Image Composite Editor. Click on it, drag it over, boom. And it's basically just going to place it as a smart object in Photoshop onto the background. And all you do is pull, drag, done, check OK. It's going to embed it, transform place document, done. That is literally it. And we are going to export save as, and we're going to go back to that file that we had, and we're going to save it as a JPEG, and we're going to save it as that number 9. We're going to save over the original export from Microsoft Image Composite Editor. Save, yes. We're going to put it at 10 because we don't want the file size to be too large, because when you upload them like that, it just ends up the processing time and the rendering speed just gets reduced because it's too large a file. But this at quality 10 will be extremely high definition 360 panorama, and you will see it when you look at it in the viewer in Kula. Press OK. It's going to save as. Literally done. That part of the workflow is completely done. And then I'm going to do that to the other 8. And then we're going to have 9 total panoramas, drone panoramas. And we're going to upload those to Kula as a VR, virtual reality, immersive tour. It's going to be amazing. So stay tuned. So we find ourselves at the tail end of this workflow. And if you go to the description of this video, you're also going to find a hyperlink to the website you see before you, and that's Kula.co. And Kula is amazing. You're going to get opened up to the amazing power of Kula right now. You can see right now it's a hosting website for 360 photos. And you can create tours, you can do all sorts of stuff. And like I said in the beginning of this video, Kula offers a free account. The Pro account is under $100 a year, so just spring for the Pro. It's worth it. I'll tell you right now, it is 100% worth it. We're not going to get into all the features. We're just going to do a tour real quick so we can wrap up this tutorial and you have everything you need to do this entire workflow. So we're going to jump right in and we're going to go to Upload, and you have the option of 360 image, regular image, and create tour. We're going to create a tour. And we're going to give this tour a name. We're going to do military time 180831 Sunnyvale Hilton Project Drone Tour. Drone 360 Tour. There we go. All right. We're going to select our images, and literally within the last 5 minutes, I did all of the 360 photos. I put them in the format that we needed with the background and the Sundt logo. So we're going to do Control A, select all those, and they're automatically going to start uploading and processing for hosting. We're just going to let it do its thing, and when it's finalized, I'll show you what it looks like. So now you can see that they're all processed and their status is set to ready and they're green. One thing that I want everybody to know is the naming convention does matter. You see how I put the time, the project, and then the panel and then the number. If you put them in a numbering scheme, number 1, 2, 3, 4, in that sequence, it will automatically upload them and sort them. If you don't, they come out in the order you don't want them. You can move them around and things like that. But if you do them with the numbering convention that you want or need, it automatically does it. You have the option of doing public or unlisted. On all my projects, I just do unlisted. So all you to share, you just need the hyperlink, and I'll show that in a different tutorial video. But we're gonna press post, and it's going to process all of them and add them to the VR tour. So now you can see we've got our VR tour all down here. It's all 9 of them. And you can see right here, they're hosted. We can see the project. We got all the different vantage points. You can go through each one. It's pretty amazing. You're able to share these with shareable links and things like that. That'll be in a different tutorial. But one thing that I do want to go through, and we'll do it on the very first one, is the different settings that you can set with Kula for your project. So we're going to go up to this edit button right here. We're going to click edit. Now you're in edit mode. This right here is the horizon. This right here, when you click on or share or start the 360 photo viewer on any of these, wherever this is set to will be the initial viewpoint. So I always want that to be on the actual project, not going the opposite direction, because Kula doesn't know which direction you want. So you tell it, and you set it like this, and then you also have the ability to add text if you want to add, the project name, things like that. We're not gonna do that right now. Let's get rid of that. You also have the ability to add the sun effect. We're not going to do that either. Remove that. But you do have the option. The one thing I always do is the filter. I always hit bloom, and you can see the big difference that makes. And then I usually scale it down a little bit, but it makes an enormous difference. You also have the ability to change the initial zoom when somebody clicks on this. And then you also have the pitch. So this is the simplest editing that I do. I change the horizon, I set bloom, I reduce it down so it's not so bright, but it does make a major impact on it, and then I save. And then click out of the editing mode, and there you have it. You've got your VR tour that you can click through. It gives you all the vantage points of all your spherical 360 photos. You're able to zoom in, super high definition. And that is the power of Kula. So one thing we definitely don't want to forget to show off is the custom branding we did in the sky. So you look right up, and there you go. You got the Sundt logo right there. Just another thing to enhance the deliverables that we're doing on the drone side. And it's just a custom touch, kind of icing on the cake. You know what I'm talking about? So that wraps up everything that we have on Kula. And as you can see, Kula's got more features that we didn't cover today, but we will in further videos. All right? So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to do a wrap up, and it's going to show where we started, where we ended up, and everything in between. All right? All right, everybody. So we're wrapping this thing up, and that finds us at the CI Quickshare's wrap up. So the learning wrap up for this tutorial is, first off, 360 drone photos are easy to produce and extremely useful. I've implemented drone programs, and specifically the 360 drone photos deliverables on almost 24 projects now, and every single one of them we've gotten overwhelming feedback from owners, suppliers, subcontractors, internal Sundt team members that there is extreme value. So we know that hands down. Second of all necessary hardware and software is available to all Sundt employee owners. That means that if you have a need, which is based on you producing these deliverables and implementing this on your project, you have a need for it and you have all of these available to you. I listed everything that's required to perform these workflows, and if you have any questions or you would like to discuss it before making your request, reach out to me. I'm available. Third, you have the support and training resources if you would like to implement drone workflows on your project. There's people across the enterprise that have immense knowledge in almost every single geographic location that we operate that can help you implement a drone program on your project. And they know a ton about these workflows. So if you don't know who that is, reach out to me and I can put you in contact with one of those individuals or help myself. And fourth, everything can be improved. So if you have an improvement to this tutorial or the workflows, we want to hear them. Share them with us. We feel that anything can be improved, and we're going to be looking to the people of the enterprise to help us improve these workflows and the tutorials and the deliverables that we're producing. So final thought before we close this tutorial out is a quote that I say almost every single day, and I mean it wholeheartedly, is the world isn't going to change itself. It's up to us. So I want everybody to go out there and change the world in some way today. I hope everybody enjoyed the tutorial. Look forward to seeing you at the next one. Thanks.